guys. Let us know in the chat who invited you. Let us know if you're sipping on something fun. Let us know if your feet are ready for some pampering. All right. Lori, we're twins with our spa headband. Yes, yes, right. Got our cute little, isn't this cute little Mary Kay spa headband? All right. So I'm going to be sharing my screen as well. All right. So again, we want to welcome you to our Mani and Pedi Spa. And so you may or may not be going to the salon right now and getting pedicures and manicures, but if you are someone that loves to treat your feet and your hands, let us know in the chat. We're going to show you how to do an at-home version of this. And what I love about in Mary Kay, we do believe that women are beautiful just the way they are. We simply use our products to enhance the beauty and confidence that everyone has inside. All right. And we get to create a space to celebrate each other. So you being here today, this is just a celebration. All right. Hey, Barb. Good to see you. All right. So I've been a Mary Kay for 17 years. I love my Mary Kay. And I do blends with a day job. So that's just a little bit about me. I'm get to take you through our skincare. I see a couple of my customers on here and some consultants, and we're going to have fun. So again, just some items you should have with you. If you're doing this with us, you might be just observing. Maybe you're like, I want to learn how to do a spa pedi sesh, right? I'm just kind of watching to see if I need some of these things from my consultant. So I have 2 Ziploc gallon bags. You may already have some little bags that your consultant gave you. 3 wet, warm washcloths and a large towel. So I have a large towel just sitting here to rest my feet on. Hi, Aisha. Good to see you. Yes, I would have my feet on here so that as we are doing this, I'm not getting water all over my floor. And then the products we will be using are the Satin Hand Set, the Revealing Facial Peel, and the Mint Bliss Energizing Lotion. So we're going to get started. We're going to show you how quick and easy this is to do. A lot of times our feet get, they don't get a lot of TLC. So is anyone dealing with feet? They're a little bit callous. We'll say that nicely, right? In the winter months. So we're going to start with the satin hand softener. And so if you're participating with us, what you're going to do is take your samples. Lori said crusty. All right. And so we're going to take your samples and we're going to start with your softener. So if you've got samples from your consultant, I know for my guests that I gave them the softener, you're going to take about half of the sample that's in your packet. But if you're using the actual product, give yourself a generous amount. And we're going to do both feet at a time with each product. So I'm literally warming it up first. I'm just going to go ahead and warm up the product. Heat generated, starts to feel warm. And the fragrance-free, it's a fragrance-free softener, but if you sniff, you can go ahead and just smell. It's like, oh, it smells like cucumbers. It smells like the spa, right? And so once you get it heat activated, you're going to go ahead and just apply that to your feet. You're going to just work it in. You want to spend some time on your heels. You want to work it in between each of the toes. I love using the fragrance, the softener. Of course, you can use this on your hands as well. So, if you've been a Mary Kay customer for any length of time pre-pandemic, this was one of the first things that, you would get treated to at a beauty experience with satin hands, right? And a lot of times people will say, I love this for my feet as well, right? And so we're going to use this today as part of the first step of our pedicure. And so you'll use the other half of your sample or another generous amount of the softener. Again, just go ahead and warm it up. Heat activate it. Starts to melt in your hands, right? And then you're going to do the other foot. And sometimes this is good on its own. Just in between to maintain your pedicure, use this at night before you go to bed and put some socks on. And see if your feet don't feel better in the morning or softer or smoother. I know the last time we did a Pedi Spa Sesh, my co-host Terry was saying how she maintains her pedicure in between, right? And so this is just one tip that can help with that, but hopefully that's already starting to feel good. Of course, the softener is good on your elbows. It's good on any area of your body where it's drier. It's good on eczema patches. It is awesome. All right. So now we're going to move on to the next step, and that is going to be your satin hand, the Satin Smoothie Refining Shea Scrub. All right. So for my guests that I sent sample packs to, you literally have 2 little jars of that. So you have 1 jar for each foot. But if you're using the product, again, give yourself maybe 2, 3 pumps per foot of the Satin Smoothie Scrub. Now, this is really good. Again, for your hands when you use this, right? After you use the softener, you put the scrub on your hands, and this takes all the dead skin, off, right? So that's why we said, as long as you have satin hands, you could do this pedi spa with us, right? This is I call this the starter version of your pedi spa, right? Many times, and maybe you've heard this before, they call the satin hands satin feet because you can do the whole thing on there. Oh, Ingrid, you got your spa headband too. Very cute, very cute, very cute. Got triplets in the house, right? With the spa headband, right? So you want to you're using samples, use a jar per foot. All right. I wanted to give you a good amount for my guests of the scrub. Now, this is really good. And what we're going to now use is, if you have your wet washcloths, all right, if you have your wet washcloths, I just took some regular face towels, got some warm water, and I'm going to take my towel and wrap each foot with a warm towel. And that's what the Ziploc bag is for. You're going to take your gallon Ziploc bag or your paraffin bag that might have come in your sample pack and wrap your feet with that. Okay, we're going to keep that on for a couple of minutes. All right. Now, again, if you're just doing the basic version today with us, you can keep this on even a little bit longer. But for those of us moving on to the deluxe version, we're going to just keep this on for a couple of minutes. And then we're going to be moving on into that deluxe version with the facial peel. All right. So again, you're just going to take your wet towel, wet and warm, and see, it's going to be nice and heat activated. Plus, with your bag, whether it's a paraffin foot bag or a Ziploc, good old trusty Ziploc bag, you're going to just seal it up, and we're going to keep that going for a couple of minutes. All right. So hopefully that's feeling good. It's like, whoa, I never knew I could do that with the satin hands, right? So again, the satin hand scrub, it also helps take the dead cells and gets the dirt out, dirt build up. Sometimes with our hands, of course, we're washing our hands so much right now. And so going back to like for a manicure, when you are washing your hands all the time, you still want to get the dead skin off. So this helps to soften your skin, your hands, because you're taking off dead skin. And did you know that second to your face, your hands tell your age? Your hands tell your age. So you can tell, like, ooh, it tells a whole story, right? So we want to make sure we are taking care of that. All right. So how are we feeling so far, right? Who's playing Pedi with us today? All right. So we're going to keep that on for a couple of minutes. So while that is doing its thing, I'm going to just talk a little bit about our skincare. We're going to keep it on for literally like 3 minutes, 2, 3 minutes. Again, if you're using the facial peel later with us, you'll want to take this off. If you are like just doing the satin hands version, you can keep this on a little bit longer. Hey there, Kathy. Good to see you. All right. So I'm going to talk really quick about the skincare because, of course, we love that we've got our body care products, but you may or may not know about Mary Kay Skincare. And so if you are a skincare customer, let us know in the chat already, which skincare line do you love to use? And so we do have 6 skincare lines because we know that we don't all fit into one box. Our skin can change, So I know I use parts of the Time Wise. I use parts of the Repair. I use parts of the Naturally line and Botanicals. So I'm using parts of 4 skincare lines, right? And actually Clear Proof. If I had to make an adjustment recently to use the retinol, but I've been using Mary Kay for 17 years. And I have loved that as I've moved into 3 different decades, started in my 20s, 30s, and just hit 40, it's like I'm going to be ready for whatever's coming. And so that's why we have 6 different skincare lines, right? Because
Yeah.
our skin does change as we mature, right? And so I love that we have choices. And so your beauty consultant comes with the product so that she can make sure that you've got what you need, right? And even if you need to make an adjustment seasonally, or maybe, you might be having just a certain concern that has come up, you want to get with your consultant because you literally, I heard this recently, most of us have a consultant that takes care of our hair, our hairstylist. We have a consultant for our teeth, a dentist. Did you know you need to have a skincare consultant? And you do. So we are so glad that we have our skincare customers here. Aisha using Repair, Kelly using her Clear Proof, Lori with Repair, Ingrid Repair. Yes, anyone ever use a mix and match? It's so cool. We have choices. And so with that, it's already been 3 minutes. So if you are going to be doing the deluxe version with us, you're going to go ahead and take your bag and take that off and use your towel to just wipe off your satin scrub. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take off the satin scrub and just should wipe right off real easily. And you can, if there's something on your leg, you can just use your towel, rinse that all off. All right. And so Barbara says the naturally, and Laura uses parts of the naturally line as well. I know, I love that. I love my oil from the naturally line. That is fantastic. A little tip, if you use the naturally oil and use another line, add a couple drops of the oil to your moisturizer. It is like butter. It is so amazing, right? You can use the oil on its own, or you can mix it with your moisturizer. So just taking off my Ziploc bag and wiping my feet down, and you might find your feet are feeling a little bit smoother. Fun fact, I look forward to this probably more than everybody here because this is like my time for my feet. And I did it one other time without teaching an event, but I love the third Thursday or the fourth Thursday of the month when we do this, our monthly event. It does change up. But you might find it's a little bit softer already. And perhaps you're saying, okay, this is feeling pretty good, Latrice, but that heel area of mine is still a little rough. Still a little rough, right? And that is where the secret agent comes in. The Time Wise Repair facial peel. Yes, this is a skincare product, but you can use this for your feet. You can use this for your feet. So let me tell you what this is doing. So again, if you have samples from your consultant, go ahead and grab those samples out because now we're about to use the facial peel. And so I know for my customers, I gave you samples. You should have a nice full jar of the facial peel. You're gonna use half of it on each foot, all right? So you can go ahead and start with the facial peel. We're going to talk about it. So I'm using my actual facial peel. Consultants who are doing this with us, give yourself about 5 to 7 good pumps of the facial peel. Don't be stingy. And I'm going to use it. I'm putting it all on the bottom of my foot, all on the bottom. I might even put some on the top. And again, you might be doing this just to preserve a pedicure that you are getting from somewhere else, or you might still be just doing everything at home for the time being, okay? And so once you have that on, you're gonna take your paraffin bag or your Ziploc bag and seal it back up. Seal it back up because we're gonna have this on for 10 minutes, all right? So again, then you're gonna take the other half of your sample of the facial peel, or if you're using the actual bottle, give yourself 5, 6 good pumps. And what this is, glycolic acid is literally the main ingredient that's used when people go to the spa or to a dermatologist for a literal chemical peel, when they go get a facial. And so when I learned about this, as far as using it for the pedicure, it makes perfect sense because what this does, ladies, is it takes off 3 layers of dead skin. 3 layers of dead skin. So I started using this, of course, for my face primarily. And you can see that visual right there of that customer who used before and after. Isn't that significant? Her skin, because literally her skin looks more glowy. Her skin just looks a lot younger, smoother. I mean, even look at the skin around her neck. It's like a different face, right? So what it does is not only does it help to take off that that superficial layer of the skin, and that way your skincare products can work better in between. And then basically what makes ours more suitable for using regularly without having to put a hat on and avoid the sun is Mary Kay adds, our scientists added, botanicals, marine extracts, so that you don't have to feel like your skin you have to hide or whatever, can't be out again in the elements. So this is something you can use for your face, again, 2 to 3 times a week. In fact, tonight is my facial peel night. I haven't done it in a few days. And so what it also does is it helps with scarring. So I have acne prone skin, and it's actually helped reduce my breakouts because it helps to restore your skin's pH balance as well. And I remember when this came out, it's been probably 4 years we've had this now, about 3 years, almost 3 years, not 4, almost 3 years we've had this. And that was the only thing I had changed in my whole regimen. And I remember within like a month, 3 weeks to a month, I had a couple of people coming up to me that I know, that were like, what are you doing different? You were in a different foundation. And the only difference was this, right? Only difference was this. I'm looking at the chat. Your feet felt like Myra, Ingrid. You had to get the machine from the episode of Martin. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Oh, so I love this facial peel. So the same thing is happening right now, ladies. You're taking off 3 layers of dead skin. So hopefully you put your feet back in your paraffin bag or your Ziploc bags. We're going to keep that on for about 5 more minutes. It's actually been 5 minutes that you've had that on. And so then we're going to talk about just a couple other things that if you're looking for full on self care, right? We're pampering the feet today. We're talking about our other products for pampering in the satin hands line or the satin body line versus satin lips, right? Who loves the satin lips, or who deals with chapped lips, right? Who in your world deals with chapped lips? If it's you, you can let us know. But the satin lips, you can see the before and after. When you start seeing the dead skin on your lips, that's when it's time to bust this out. We share this often, but half our users are men. So if you, yep, like Ingrid says, husband, right? So again, this has you ready with kissable lips. Okay, so gift that to your hubby. This helps to cure chapped lips. So if someone in your life, or maybe you, is a chapstick addict, you can fix that with satin lips because chapstick has menthol and alcohol designed to dry out the lips. Yes, Tamika, that's right. It is so good for the winter. Pam says she loves her satin lips, right? So this is going to exfoliate your lips. It's going to keep them smooth, polished. And here's some of the ingredients. Sunflower oil, that's an antioxidant. Vitamin E, right? I love that our scientists do all the heavy lifting so that we just have a nice smooth product. So you use the satin scrub first, the shea sugar scrub. It smells like Fruity Pebbles, kind of, right? It smells real fresh and sweet. If you accidentally taste it, it's okay. It's just sugary. And so you can use that anytime you start to see the dead skin, feel the dead skin, then rinse it off after 2 minutes and use the balm. You can use the balm every day. When you use this, it gives you 6 hours of hydration. So you could put this on at night and then your lips still feel good in the morning. And so along that line, people would using the satin products all the time, like in the shower as a scrub. So Mary Kay, I guess, realized they should come out with some other satin products. So we have a satin body line. We have our satin body, shea scrub, shea wash, shea lotion, and shea cream. And I can tell you for sure, my favorite, one of my favorites is that shea cream, that souffle. It has like that whipped um butter type feel to it. It's very like full. It's very luscious. It is light though. So if you're not someone that is big into fragrance and so forth, it's fresh. So you'll notice here that these products, the scrub is going to buff the dry skin. So it's great to use in the shower. Your cleanser, you can use it with a, body puff or your towel and use that all over. And then the lotion is going to be just good for dryness. So if you deal with drier skin right now because of the weather, this is amazing. And I'm so glad they made the Shea Cream regular line. It used to be a limited edition product. And so I think it was one of the ones that people just were saying, please bring it. Please make it a regular line item, right? And so, did you know that Mary Kay has Spidey products? Did you even know that, customers, that Mary Kay's got something from head to toe? So many times we think, I'll hear people say, first they'll say Mary Kay's for makeup, right? And then really we're a skincare company first. We're a skincare company first, right? And then we have makeup products because we always share this, but your makeup game can never be a 10 if your skincare game is a 2, right? So that's why we always start with skincare and then move on. All right. So as we get ready to take off the facial peel, can you believe it's already been 9 minutes that we have been using that? You're going to get ready and get your towels warm and wet again because we're about to take off the bag that has your feet with the facial peel. And I forgot to mention this. When you use the facial peel, you don't have to wrap it again in your cloth. You can just literally put it in the bag right there, and like your heat is active, the heat is activating it from your body, and it's working to take that dead skin off. All right, so we can go ahead and take our Ziploc bag or paraffin bags off, and you're going to take your wet towel though and rinse your foot off really good. Ooh, Tamika, that's nice. She says she just got her towels out of the microwave. Nice and toasty. Yes. Ooh, that's a good tip. I might have to do that, right? I've also did this, you guys. I still haven't used it. I have this little crock pot that's literally designed just for like spa appointments. And so if you have a little baby crock pot that you're not using for anything else, you can warm some towels up with that, right? And so I was doing that when we had in-person events and just neglected it now that we're virtual. So I'm looking at it right now. It's next to my coffee machine, my coffee maker. It's like, let me bust out that little crock pot, right? So yes, that's right. We do have to. You're so right. We love it. We love it. We get some good tips every time, right? So just rinse your feet off really good. The glycolic acid, you don't see it, but it is taking off the dead skin now. Oh my goodness. I literally just felt the heel of my foot and it is much smoother now. Would you? I see some of the heads nodding. It's like, yes, that was the difference. When my friend Bree told me about this, you guys, first I was like, I don't know if it's gonna make that big a difference. And it did. I was like, okay, I believe. I really was like, you've converted me, right? So just make sure you rinse your feet up really good and they should be feeling amazing. And so now we're just gonna dry them off and we're gonna wrap up with either the satin hand. So if you had your product, the scrub on from the satin hands all the time, make sure you rinse it off at this point now too. And we're gonna just finish up with your hand cream from the satin hands, or if you're doing the deluxe version with us, we're going to use the mint bliss. So if you have samples from me, grab that mint bliss energizing lotion for feet and legs. And I love this too because this is like aromatherapy. This is so good. Take a nice like sniff of your sample, or if you're using this, and this was one of those products again that I just didn't use too much. I didn't, we've had it for a minute and I just didn't use it. And so this, when you just kind of again rub your hands together, Pam says her heels feel smooth. Just rub your hands together and just smell. Again, just let it waft. Just let it waft into your nose, right? Doesn't it smell good, Barb? Yes, it smells really good. Right. And now we're just going to rub that into the feet. And if you got some socks or some slippers, your feet gonna be feeling really good. And look at them. Tell me if you even notice a visible difference in your feet from when we first started. Okay. And if you're using the hand cream from the satin hands, that's got that white tea and citrus, or maybe using the fragrance free. Oh, my feet are saying thank you right now. Ingrid says her feet are shade lighter, right? Oh my goodness. Lori said, should have seen them before. I know. You know, for maybe your own personal, this is for consultants, for your own personal portfolio, you could do a before and after of your feet. Like right before you do this, hey, again, I said personal, I see the grimaces like, I don't want somebody to see my feet. I don't know whose feet they are. You don't have to show that. Like we didn't know whose feet those were in that picture, but they were a big difference, right? So that's the mint bliss. And you know what else is good to do with this? Because it's aromatherapy, you could use some of this. I mean, I can smell the mint right now in my room. I can like really smell. It's like calming. And I share this often, but I love that. Like at a former gym, a gym that I went to, they had these like towels in a cooler that were infused with eucalyptus that you could put on your neck when you were done working out. And I was like, I could do that with the mint bliss. I could get the towel cool. I could add some mint bliss to it, chill it, and put it around my neck. And so if you ever need like a little, like a soothing moment, maybe with like your cup of tea or glass of wine, you've got it covered, right? So if you participated with us, let us know. Aisha says, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for participating with us. Yes, yes. And so again, if you were using the satin hands, again, that is a great finisher as well. The satin hand lotion, not only for your hands, but for your feet. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. All right. So as we wrap up, we're going to just share with you some of our most popular sets. Maybe you just popped on, you wanted to have a little self-care day. Perhaps you're like, I didn't know Mary Kay has all of these things. How can I get it for myself? And so we talked about the beginner Pedi Spa, right? Or Mani Pedi. That's going to be your satin hand set, your satin softener, scrub, and lotion. If you want to take it to the next level, the Pedi Plus is your satin hands plus your mint bliss. Or if you had the creme de la creme with all of the goodies today for your spa pedi sesh, that's the deluxe spa pedi which is your satin hand set, your mint bliss, and the facial peel. And that's on special today just for being here. You can get all of that for 99, right? So you're saving a little under $20. And so with that, you also get to choose one item below at 50% off. So you can get any of the line from the satin body set, one of those items at half off, or the whipped shade cream, or your satin lips. All of those, can be a half price item for you. So this is something we would love for you to text your consultant. You're welcome, Kathy. I'm so glad your feet feel great. I want to ask this question. So text your consultant the answer to this. If money wasn't an object, which one would you start with? The satin handset, the Pedi Plus, or the deluxe spa Pedi? Okay, go ahead and make sure you text her the answer to that question. Doesn't mean you're getting it. She just wants to get feedback from you for being on today. We also want to find out if you participated with us. How are your feet feeling? Let us know if you enjoyed this beauty session. And then again, these other satin products, perhaps you're like, put that on my wish list. I need this satin body set. Put that on my wish list. I need my lip shade cream. Or maybe you're like, I need this in my bathroom now. I'm going to need you to drop that off on my doorstep or mail that to me, and the satin lips. All right. So those are our most popular sets, and we love that. We can even share this with you via your consultant. So your consultant also owes you a second date, your next Mary Kay Spa Sesh. Since we've been virtual, believe it or not, we're coming in on a year of working virtually. And so we've been creating some fun events. And so we have a makeup session where you could have that as a one-on-one, or you could, have a virtual beauty sesh with skincare, or virtual multi-masking, which is basically like a spa day at home. All right. So which one of those would you prefer to have with your consultant for your next date? Makeup, beauty sesh, or multi-masking? And just as a little aside, you can get exclusive rewards for just sharing your appointment with 3 girlfriends virtually. Maybe you haven't seen your girlfriend that lives in another state because of COVID, or maybe just because it's just been some time. This is a great opportunity. We love to, create experiences where people can gather safely virtually. And so have some fun, and your consultant can send you samples as well. Suzanne says she used a basin with hot water. Her feet feel amazing. Ooh, need to get a basin of water. There's like some good ideas. All right. And we won't go into this today, but your consultant is here because she loves that she has so many perks available to her. We make money 3 different ways: through selling our products and team building and our card program. And we love that we have choices. We love that we have choices because, believe it or not, like, we were working today, and it doesn't even like feel like we were working right now. So we thank you for being with us this evening. Thank you to all of our guests for being part of our session. I'm just going to run through. I know we have some consultants and guests. Thank you, Lori, Aisha, Barbara, Evelyn, Ingrid, Kathy, Kelly, Lois, Marion, Pam, Suzanne, Tamika, and Tamika. We got 2 Tamikas on tonight. So we thank you all for being with us today. We hope you enjoyed this. We hope that we brought you joy, and we hope to see you on our next event. We will have a self-care Saturday, this Saturday at 3 p.m. on Zoom. It's a different Zoom link. But if you would like to know a little bit more about skincare, let your consultant know. Send me that link. All right. So we'll see you all soon, and have a great day. Good night. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Lois.
Bye.